Gmail.com today.
What's up, y'all? This is Larry H. Gardner of the new show, The Headline Eye, coming at you every single Wednesday from 6 to 8 p.m., where we talking about hot subjects, spitting hot fire on WNRV 108.1, where we getting on your nerve.
This is WNRV 108.1.
I'm gonna get to know you better this Christmas. And as we trim the tree, how much fun it's gonna be together. This Christmas, the fireside is blazing bright. Whoa, we're caroling through the night. Whoa, this Christmas will be a very special Christmas for me. Whoa. Let's go. Presents and cards are here. My world is filled with cheer and you. This Christmas, and as I look around, your eyes are shine for town. They do. This Christmas, the fireside is blazing bright, and we're caroling through the night. And this Christmas will be a very special Christmas for me. Whoa. Oh, shake a hand now.
Welcome to a special edition of The Headline Eye. I am your host, Larry H. Gardner. The H stands for Happy Holidays, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah for all my Jewish brothers and sisters out there. And the reason why I'm doing this show, I know it started late. Usually I start at 6, but because of some of the holiday season, and I was called away to do some other assignments that I am doing. This will start at 6:30 until that assignment is finished. So the reason why I'm here right now is because I'm doing a special show today. Shout out to the Human T-Rex. His show will be on at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have holiday cheer. We also have, shout out to Mayor-elect Justin Bibb for visiting Washington this week. Of course, shout out to the Browns for beating the Baltimore Ravens. And also shout out to the Cleveland Cavaliers for going on a nice win streak. And of course, as everybody knows, speaking of sports, Steph Curry broke the all-time three-point record set by Ray Allen. But the reason that we're here is because we're talking about missing family members. And I wanted to bring this special young lady back because she was here a couple of months ago with Cassandra McDonald and a couple other people. And the reason why is because her daughter is still missing. So I was going to get into it. Miss Williamson, how are you today?
Fine, thank you.
Okay. So the thing about it is that last time you were here, you were brought by Cassandra McDonald, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And we was talking about your daughter that was missing at Page Coffee, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And you brought your sister with you.
Yes.
Her name is Lolita?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, so, and that is Paige's aunt, I think.
Yes,
yeah,
it is.
okay. So, trying to, the last time you were on the show, what happened since we last left?
Nothing much has happened. They still have not located Paige. There's no new leads. Now, Black and Missing, it was a HBO special. I reached out to them, and they did reach out back to me. So they posted her picture on their website. So that was, for me, it was a lot. It was big, because that gets her face out more nationwide, being on her website. And that's the Black and the Missing. So that was good. But no new leads has came up. Nothing. Bright and All have not reached out to me. Nothing has came up since the last time I was here.
Okay, so Brattonall has, and I'm sure that your sister has helped you with looking for Paige. And
Yes.
the last time she was seen was when?
May 1st
Of
of
2019.
2019.
2019. So this has been going on. This is 2020.
It's 2 years.
2
It'll
years.
be 3 years in May.
Okay, so this is a trying time this holiday season because you have, you want your whole family together.
Almost
correct?
definitely, yes. And her birthday just passed. December 8th was her birthday. So that was really hard because, Paige she turned 30 on December 8th. So that was hard because this is her 30th birthday and, she's supposed to be here. And that was real hurtful for me. I was really, taken back by just overwhelmed with grief.
Okay, and the last time she was seen with
Patrick Mason.
Okay, and was supposed to be her boyfriend or something?
Yes, at the time, yes.
Has anybody seen him?
He's in jail right now. He's incarcerated on gun charges. And I do have something new. I didn't know till just recently because nobody shared this with me, any of the Bratton nor the FBI. But in 2020, before he went to jail, he tried to strangle his girlfriend after Paige. And he got arrested for that. But he's not in jail for that either.
So, but he's in jail. Is he in jail, incarcerated right now?
Yes.
Okay, by Bratton or Cleveland or county, Cuyahoga County?
Federal.
Federal?
On gun charges.
Oh, he federal. So the number to call in is 216-249-6658. Now, the thing is that has anybody asked Patrick where Paige is?
Are you meaning like the police?
Yes, the police,
Law
FBI, law enforcement, anybody.
Bratton Hall said they did a soft interview, which I'm not sure what's a soft interview. And the FBI, they questioned him, but they said when they bring up Paige's name, he just won't respond. He'll shut down. He doesn't respond.
So there's nothing that, so the thing about it is like, I'm sure the FBI is very thorough. So this is just where did the FBI give you any information about Patrick Mason's last known address?
He stayed with his grandmother. That's where he was arrested from, his grandmother's house.
Yeah, in Bedford Heights.
And he also stayed in Bedford Heights.
Yeah, with his grandparents in Bedford Heights or
Grandparents in Bedford Heights. So pretty much what they're saying is that there's no. Have they investigated his grandmother's house to see, if there's Paige's belongings are there or
They
anything?
would constantly say that they did not have probable cause, and
Right.
so if you don't have probable cause, even though she was last seen with him, which you would think would be enough probable cause, for some people. But they said that was not enough. So, no, they did not search his home. I think they did the soft interview, and I think they questioned the grandparents, but they couldn't question the mom because she wouldn't talk to them. And the mom stayed off like 140th and Kinsman,
Yes.
I believe. And so, again, everything, nothing really happened because they kept saying they don't have enough to do anything.
I mean, the thing about it is, I just think it's enough to, if she's been missing for 2 years, usually you a search party within 24 to 72 hours of somebody being missing. 24 hours you're reporting missing. This has been 2 years, holiday season, birthdays, and Miss Williamson has to, and you yourself have to suffer the missing of Paige. I don't understand how they could not, investigate the whereabouts or what happened to at least give you some type of, okay, well, or where she is. So,
well, first you have to get them to understand she's missing.
Exactly.
At the time of the press conference, was that the captain at Brattonall? He literally said she could be laying on a beach somewhere. I mean, if they don't buy into this person missing, they're not going to do anything. They tend to like to think that African American girls just walk off or run away or want to lie on a beach. So if they're not buying into the fact that somebody's missing, they're not going to do. I called EquiSearch, which helped find missing people, but they won't get involved unless the police themselves have to call them. You can't just call and say, I have this missing relative, will you help us search? You have to go through, everything has to be funneled through the police department. And if they don't reach out to those resources, then, we looked around and tried to case the house and try to see if we saw her, and definitely in the beginning, but there was no assistance from other agencies as far as a search.
And this is pretty much tearing y'all up inside. I understand. I appreciate y'all coming here. I asked, you, Miss Williamson, and, you brought your sister. I didn't know what I was going to get. So I appreciate y'all coming here. We need to not only just Paige, but other missing family members, especially missing African-American girls, to bring them home or to bring closure to the families that, they can finally be at ease. Because this is not being at ease at all. This is not being at ease. So, as far as Miss Williamson, what do you want to, is it Miss? I'm sorry if I say Miss.
Miss.
Okay.
Yes.
So what do you want to say to the FBI and law enforcement, those who are listening, the listeners on the Headline Eye on Nerve DJs, WNRV1081.com?
I just really wish they would do more, take people serious when people come to them to state that their family member is missing, because your family member. You know that this is not their character, that they would never do anything like this. Take it more serious and do more, because that's the problem. Nobody seems to do anything, and they always want, like my sister was saying, they always need something more. Even though Paige was last seen with PJ, that's his nickname, his name is Patrick Mason. She was last seen with him at Home Depot in Steelyard Commons, and they have the footage on video. That still wasn't enough. They swear up and down that it was no cameras outside. That's kind of hard for me to believe. There's no cameras outside.
Steelyard.
Right. That's really hard. But they said that it's no camera. So they don't know if she went one way and he went another way. They always make up something else. They found, let me go back, when they had arrested him on gun charges. That's one time they did go into the grandparents' home because of the guns. And they found her phone in the grandparents' house. That wasn't enough. It's her phone.
Where is the phone now?
They still have it.
So have they looked in the phone?
They said they can't open it because it has a lock on it. It's been on this machine. Yeah, it's really frustrating. It's been on a machine going through different numbers. Now, this been like 6 months ago. And they said we can't unlock this phone.
Wait. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, we have enough technology.
You would think.
Like, T-Rex, just help me out here. If there is a locked phone, you go to the local Arabic store. Can't they unlock the phone?
I thought they could.
I mean, just
They can. And the only reason why, if the phone is reporting stolen, but I mean that's not the case, is it?
No, the phone it was in my name. It's
Yeah,
my
so
phone was
there.
under my right.
so.
And
If,
Is there any way you could get that phone, or it's in custody?
it's in custody.
yeah. See, the thing is that I'm hurt because your daughter is still missing, but I'm also angry because law enforcement can do one thing. They got the guy with the guns. Okay, fine. But the thing about it is that they're enough to get him on any type of charges as well as your daughter's disappearance. This is not sitting well with me, but they would throw anybody else in jail for something small or minor.
If he was last seen with Becky at Steelyards Commons, that would be probable cause. That's all I'm saying. If he was last seen with Becky, or they found Becky's phone at his grandmother's house, that would be probable cause. But because her name is Paige, it's not probable cause. Let me take somebody, Becky, down to Steelyards, and her mother say she's missing. They'll be at my house in a nanosecond. So they're just not doing what they need to do because, they don't consider it important. It's not important to them.
Okay, so let's just put the cards on the table right now. They don't consider African American girls or women important.
No, not at all.
I'm being honest, and to anybody that said who's an attorney or in law enforcement or anybody listening out there right now, you can call in 216-249-6658. You can dispute with me all day. But the thing about it is that there's more African American girls and women who are missing that are not found. And the reason that it doesn't sit well with me is because we talk about protecting women, we talk about protecting girls, African American girls, but there's not enough protection in law enforcement to do anything about it. But the thing about it is that another culture could be more protected, and we can just get into like the subject of privilege. I'm not saying anything else like privilege, things of that nature, but also you can take somebody to court for something small, but the thing about it is like this man is locked up because of guns. Now, does anybody know how many years that he's facing with the guns?
He got 4.5 years.
So he's already been sentenced and
Yes.
convicted.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So he's not saying anything about your daughter at all.
No. He would not say anything. They say he get completely quiet. He would not speak about her.
The thing about it is that they can't make him take a lie detector test.
Exactly. They can't. No.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. It's just, you're telling your story, and is there anything else that you want to say?
And what worries me is, like I said, he was on probation for trying to kill his girlfriend before my daughter. My daughter is missing, and then he tries to kill a girl in 2020. So who's going to be next? That's what he doesn't need. I worry about any girl that gets around him because he's dangerous. He's very dangerous. And the police or the FBI don't even care enough for the next person that this happened to. And I just really wish that his family would say something, because I know his family knows. When Paige first went missing, we went to the grandmother house. I'm a mother, I'm a grandmother. Mm-hmm. And if somebody came to my home and told me their daughter was missing, I'm going to try to help you. And I knew her. They dated for 2 years. They know Paige. I would try. They were just so mean. It just was so sad how they act. It was just unbelievable, So I know somebody in that family knows what happened to Paige. They know Patrick Mason, he's a violent person. They know what he's capable of doing. His half brother called me and told me that he told that Patrick had told his grandfather that they'll never find that bitch's body. I told this to the FBI. They claim they talked to the grandfather, and he said that never happened.
That they were talking about Paige.
Yes. So it's just, why would his half brother call me and say that? He doesn't have nothing to accomplish by saying. He knows how his brother is too, and he knows his brother's a dangerous person because he has told me. And it's just nobody is taking it serious because it's just, they don't care. They just don't care. The FBI or the police.
What about, so as far as his family is concerned, his mother, his grandmother, his grandfather, and this is to Mr. Mason's family, and I use the term Mr. loosely. If you know that Patrick Mason did something to Paige, and if you're not saying anything, or if you are keeping silent, you are just as damn guilty as he is. And the only reason that I'm not using any profanity right now, because I got these two lovely queens in front of me, and both of them are hurting because they are missing a family member this holiday season. But you guys know. Y'all know. Y'all could go to the police, to the FBI. Y'all could say something to clear y'all conscience this holiday season. So the thing about it is that the Headline Eye is going to step up. And usually I don't put myself on the line like this, but I've done in political aspects before with the endorsement of Justin Bibb for mayor, so I'm going to do this right now. If you have any information about the whereabouts of Paige Coffey, I don't care if it's whoever you are, anonymously, you can call my telephone, my cell phone at 216-556-4836. Let us know what's going on. Or you can go on my Facebook, send me an inbox, Larry H. Gardner. The reason I'm doing this right now is because of the simple fact of the matter is, last time she was here, my heart broke for her. And now my heart is breaking for these two lovely ladies right here. All they want is closure or to bring Paige home to them. Period. I will offer a small reward. I will pay you out of my own damn pocket to get this girl home. It may not be much, but dang it, you're going to get something. And the thing about it is like, get a peace of mind. Even if I had to pay up, I will do it. Period. If that means that I got to starve or the phone bill don't get paid, I just want them to have closure, period. And this is sickening because it's not just this family that's suffering, but it's millions of families that suffer all across this nation because they're still missing family members, missing children out there, period. I mean, I'm questioning, have rewards been offered, or just nobody had said anything?
No, it's a $5,000 reward out for any information on the page.
And nobody stepped up to say anything.
No.
And the thing about it is that you just want somebody to say something.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I just want somebody to know that this is so painful for me, and I know, and for his mom, you're a mother, and his grandmother, I know, I'm 99% know that they know something. And just to be honest and tell the truth, because Paige deserved the truth, and I do too, and my whole family does.
So I divert to Aunt Lolita over here. What do you have to say about this situation?
I don't know what else to say, except we just want him to either confess and admit whatever happened, or either have the family come forward, or friends, or he was involved with other females after Paige, so he may have said something to them. So again, someone always knows something.
Right.
So we just want someone to come forward and hopefully just let us know, where she's at, and what happened, and that's it. We just want everyone to do their job, especially like the police and the FBI, and if everybody would just do their job, it would make this a lot easier.
I understand that. Ms. Williamson, you were courageous to come here again. What you think that the police failed?
Oh, they failed miserably. I mean, from day one, they did not go and look in Paige's bedroom. They did the basic, whatever the basic was. They took the toothbrush from her home. They, just basic, or hairbrush, but they didn't look. They did not ask neighbors that I'm aware of, and I really don't believe they did. Even right now, the detective that was on the case at the beginning, Sergeant Messenger, he ended up losing the case because he wasn't doing anything. We would make appointments with him. He wouldn't show to our appointments. He would get smart with me. It was just terrible. It was just terrible back then. It was just really sad. And then whoever that's taking over the case now, they don't know anything. They just I don't know. They don't know anything.
So who's on the case now?
It seems like nobody, no one. But if you call, they would say, the two young FBI women and Chief, what's his name? Chief Labello.
Yeah.
Chief Labello.
Chief Labello from Bracknell.
Yes.
We talked about him last time.
Yeah. And still nothing has happened. Nothing has changed. He doesn't know. When I talk to him, everything, what I'm telling him is new to him because he doesn't know anything. And
we reached out to the ID channel, so I'm hoping they even respond, or what's his name, Walsh, Adam Walsh dad that had
John Walsh.
John Walsh, yeah.
America's Most
America's Most Wanted.
Yeah.
I know he has something on the ID channel, so maybe hoping they even, look into it for us. So, but I'm sure it's like 500,000 missing people, so I'm sure they're getting lots of emails and phone calls.
Well, I mean, the thing about it is when, and the thing about it is I gotta say shout out to John Walsh when his son Adam was missing, and he did everything he could to find him, and he did find him. Unfortunately, Adam perished. He dedicated his life pretty much to finding missing people and criminals, and he had some success. It's just that, when you have shows like that, people don't respond well to heartbreak. Now, the bottom line is that as much as we are festive and joyous and things like that, we have to focus on the families that have people who are missing at the table. There's a present for them that they ain't got because they're not there. And to me, that's not cool. It's not good at all. We focus on the joy of Christmas. Okay, Christmas parties. Okay, fine. Those things. But the thing about it is we still have to pray for those people who are missing people.
Yes.
So it is around 7:05. We're going to take our first break. When we come back, hopefully you have a message for other people that, you know, have missing people up there. So we're just playing this song, Blessed, and we'll be right back on the Headline Eye on www.wnrv1081.com, Nerve DJs. You know, I'm going to get on your nerves with this for the missing. We'll be right back.
This is WNRV 108.1.
Now, nigga. One's for the money, two for the bitch ass, three to get ready, cause I feel I finally did it. Four's for the jealous rapper mad because he finished. Turn that motherfucker to a critic, man. I got so much shit up on my plate, dog. I was hanging on them corners late, pockets wasn't straight, bitch. And I ain't gonna make it at this rate, dog. Know what I'm saying, nigga? Praying up to God, just hoping that he hear, nigga. I know the world got more problems and it's much bigger, but I figured I get some shit up off my chest. So all my niggas I would die for, load my pistol up, go out and war for. To all my niggas that'll never make it out the streets, fucking keep going hard, don't let them see you weak. To all my niggas first time stepping in the pen, read a book and exercise, keep your spirit in. To all my niggas that's gonna fuck around and die today, take our hats off, bow our heads and let us pray. Just wanna say, hey, bless my nigga, bless my nigga. Really think about it, could be worse, my nigga. Don't stress, my nigga. Yes, my nigga. We all blessed, my nigga. Stay blessed, my nigga. Bless my nigga. Really think about it, could be worse, my nigga. Don't stress, my nigga. Yes, my nigga. We all blessed, my nigga. Now how the fuck I'm supposed to say this? You see, my nigga just lost a son while I'm here hugging on my daughter. I grip her harder, kiss her on the head as I cry for a bit. Thinking of some bullshit to tell him like, it'll be okay. You'll be straight, it'll be alright. And fuck that shit, whatever you need, yo, I got it. Whether it's money or some weed or putting in work, fuck it, then I'm right. You know what's up, and now a nigga couldn't stick around. Told myself that after y'all moved that I'd be a fucking fool to be living by the street rules. Fuck police tattoos, that happens when you ditch school. But anyway, keep the faith, stay strong, bruh. Remain solid, bruh. Keep playing ball, cause it's the only way about it, bruh. A nigga proud of ya. Tell Floyd to enjoy his newborn seed. I have whatever it needs. We the last of a dying breed, live life, smoke trees. See how far we come, but most I'm sorry for your son. Stay blessed, my nigga. Bless my nigga. Really think about it, could be worse, my nigga. Don't stress, my nigga. Yes, my nigga. We all blessed, my nigga. Stay blessed, my nigga. Bless my nigga. Really think about it, could be worse, my nigga. Don't stress, my nigga. Yes, my nigga. We all blessed, my nigga.
And you ain't gotta shed no tear. I'll be everywhere, but I'll always be right here. I ain't forgot those years. I'll be everywhere, but I'll always be right here.
Living in a premature place. Wait, never grow to see the pearly gates. Break. Every time a bullet detonate. Dates. Of obituary carry crates of a scary picture with a family member that relate to you in December. You was finna pin another case on your record in a stolen expedition. Play it safe as the record spinning. You was hearing angels entertain. Every point intended that was wicked coming from your brain. Recognize you listen and you didn't hit the block and aim. That's because the minute after you had knew you would be slain. Open up another chapter in the book and read again. Story of a gun clapper really trying to make a change. Everybody ain't
bless my nigga.
Yes, my nigga, you're blessed. Take advantage, do your best, my nigga. Don't stress. You was granted everything inside this planet. Anything you imagine, you possess, my nigga. You reject these niggas that neglect.
What's up, y'all? This is
respect for the
Larry
progress
H.
of a baby
Gardner
step.
of the new show, The Headline Eye, coming at you every single Wednesday from 6 to 8 p.m., where we talking about hot subjects, spitting hot fire on WNRV 108.1, where we getting on your nerve.
Grab a glass of wine, light a candle, and settle in for the best slow jams to set the soundtrack for your bedtime on Sunday Silhouettes with DJ Shotty Shot. So be there from 8 to 10 p.m. 2 hours of love on WNRV.
Hey everybody, it's the Queen with the Gold Mic from Headline Eye, and you can catch me every Wednesday from 6 until 8 p.m. on WNRV 108.1.
This is WNRV 108.1.
This is the Human T-Rex. Check out my show every Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on WNRV 108.1. G.
If you want it, you can have it. That's what you said. But I don't want the things that you leave behind. Take the pictures, take the windows and the walls. But baby, won't you leave me my peace of mind? Oh, such a waste of time. Oh, such a waste. I still want you, baby. Heaven help me. Talk to strangers. Help me over you. I can't seem to take these changes. Everything reminds my heart of you. Thought the first time was the last time would be forever. Now I find I'm having to search again. It'll happen, it's gotta happen, come together. I just wish somebody would tell me.
All right, we're back. This is Michael Easter's Heaven Help Me, and Heaven Help Us for bringing all the missing people home. And we're here with Miss Tronetta Williamson, and you know her daughter Paige is still missing, along with her sister Lolita, who is Paige's aunt. So we're just talking with them about what's going on. Very something interesting came up. We're not taking off the face of her Paige's boyfriend Patrick. What's his last name again?
Mason.
Patrick Mason. So we're not taking off Patrick, the focus, because in my eyes he's still the number one suspect. But as far as Paige's disappearance, but human trafficking is also, unfortunately, rampant, especially high in Ohio. Now, you brought up a very good point. It says that has Mr. Mason been a part of human trafficking or something like that?
I can't say he was, but he was very controlling of Paige. He controlled her whereabouts. He controlled who she spoke with, who she talked to. He kept her from her family. He did a lot of controlling. So if human trafficking has something to do with it, he had something to do with her being in that type of life. Because he was very controlling, very abusive. And it was just really sad to see Paige wasn't the same Paige around Patrick.
Okay, so he was he physically, verbally?
Oh, physically, yes. Physically and verbally, but definitely physically. Paige had all the signs. He has shot at Paige. He has thrown knives at Paige. He has tried to strangle her, and this is stuff she said. So this not stuff hearsay. This is stuff that she has said.
Wow. And she never reported this to the authorities?
No. She loved Patrick. She never wanted him to go to jail. It had been times that they have been to my home, and I was calling the police, and she would just like he would take off, and she would just cry and beg no one to call the police on him.
Should have just went ahead and did it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just went and did it. When you see, the thing about it is like there's a level of self-control when it escalates to extreme violence. When you pull weapons out on somebody, that is not love.
Right.
That is, and it and we say it goes. I'm like, man, it goes both ways as far as women, doing the same thing. But the thing about it is like nobody, no matter man or woman, should be abused like that, physically, verbally, things of that nature. You shouldn't do it. I mean, everybody has arguments. We understand that nobody, and this is no excuse for Patrick Mason's behavior, because I think that is deplorable and that he should be behind bars, and actually he should be behind bars for more years than the 4 that he's gotten for the gun charges. But, the thing is that you never pull any physical weapons out on anybody, or bit physical with anybody. You never pull any weapons out on anybody. That is control. And also that is fear, control by fear. And did you see how afraid Paige was of Mr. Mace?
Yes. She was very afraid of him. She did not talk much when she was around him because she was scared of him. He would break her phone all the time or take her phone. So she would just say, I don't want a phone. He controlled her whole life. He wouldn't allow her she didn't drive anymore. He would drive her everywhere or pick her up. He would show up at her job. The job would tell her that he was not even allowed on their premises anymore because he would scare everybody. And he would just, have her such a nervous wreck. I mean, she was always just so nervous.
Was he ever, damn it, was he ever nice?
Not to me, he wasn't. I've never liked him, and I always felt something about him. She saw the good in Patrick. She would tell us, because no one in the family liked him, and she would say, you guys just don't know he can be really nice. So whatever she saw, no one else saw, but she saw it, though.
And this is Lolita, you met him before, correct?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And what was your first impression of him when you saw him?
Well, I mean, I didn't know anything about the abuse at the time, but I mean, he just seemed like a loser, but my standards would be totally different. But that's
right.
He just was like a loser. But I mean, Paige is just one of, many women. I mean, this happens every day with rich women, poor women, black women, white women. I mean, men have been abusing women for years, and, for some reason, those type of men, they seek out certain women, and this happens, and it happens every day that he wasn't a boyfriend, he was just an abuser, and he may, maybe at the time, maybe she had low self-esteem. I mean, I don't know. She wasn't brought up in an abusive household, so this was all new because I didn't know anyone else in the family that was, being abused or anything like that. So when it happens, you think that, they'll wake up or they'll break up, or that you try to talk some sense into the person, and nobody expects it ever to go this far. So, you would just hope down the line that she would get tired of it and, leave him.
But Paige always wanted to help people. She always saw the best in someone. She always wanted to fix someone. And I think she thought she could fix Patrick. Even though he had a lot of bad qualities, she thought she could fix him. And that was how Paige was. But before she got with Patrick, Paige was very strong. She was very smart, intelligent, So it was just shocking to see how her personality changed when she
And she
was
would be
with
the main one
Patrick.
you would think wouldn't put up with that crap. Because she was very independent,
Mhm.
like I said, very intelligent. You know, she had been in college. She was an RA. She was a good student. So she would be the first one to say like, "Nah," you know how women say, "I wouldn't take that crap." But again, maybe she thought he was a project, like she could make it better or make him a better person. But he didn't want better. He didn't want to be a better person.
Let me explain something to all the women out there who think that, and this is no disrespect to any of my street dudes that come on this show that listen to the Headline Eye, because most of you guys out there who are street dudes are very intelligent. You know, you went through some stuff. Some of y'all even did some years for some stuff that y'all shouldn't have did for. And this is no disrespect to y'all. But y'all street dudes came up and did something positive for yourselves. I've had some people who have spent time behind bars who have lost their way and did something positive in their communities. But the one thing that they did was they admitted what they did was wrong and not did it anymore. See, guys like Patrick Mason don't give a damn because they always think that their glamorous life is that important. And the thing about it is that him and other people who are, all right, I'm going to go ahead and say it. The term that has been used on shows and this shows, excuse my French ladies, Patrick Mason is nothing but a fuck boy. And I'm going to say it in front of them. And the thing about it is that, and people like him who think that it's cool to do stuff like this are nothing but what I just said. A bunch of losers out here. You don't want to work, don't want to do nothing. Just want to lay up on somebody. And ladies, if a man who is a busy man is a man that is doing something and handling his business, not laying around smoking weed all day and all night, not doing nothing with their lives, waiting for your income tax check. And by the way, income tax season is coming up in January. Just to let y'all know that if you got a dude that think he gonna flip something, he ain't flipping nothing but your money into his damn pocket. And I'm sick of this bull crap right around the corner from it. Because it's women like Paige, who was like, he was an RN, she went to college, she did everything else. And she could have been a mom. Just like her mom. Just like her aunt. And now we don't know where she is. And this is not fair to her. This is not fair to her mom. This is not fair to her aunt. This is not fair to their family. And this is not fair to all the women and people who are missing, fair to their families. Period. So, and I apologize for cussing.
That's okay.
Because I know that there's been plenty of nights that y'all can let it, like any emotion that y'all have, y'all can let it out. Period. So, Miss Williamson, what else do you want to say?
Well, I just want to say, if anybody know anything about Paige Coffee, Patrick Mason, could you please call anything. If you seen them in 2019 and you know anything, please do not be scared. It is a $5,000 reward, and someone will listen. I will listen. And for young women, if you're in an abusive relationship, get out. It's not worth it. Get out. Do not let a man treat you any type of way. It's not worth it, and you deserve better. Because I know Paige deserves better. Mm-hmm. And Paige would be here today if she never met Patrick Mason. I hate the day she met him, but you can't go back.
So, Auntie, you want to say something, Ms. Lolita?
No, I agree with everything she said. We definitely hate the day that she met him, and we just want her back, and we just want some answers. And we know answers are out there, and we're just hoping somebody just come forward and provide us with the information. I mean, just think if it was your loved one. I mean,
Right.
people have to put themselves in other people's shoes. And ask me 5 years ago, 4 years ago, when I saw other people on TV, you feel bad when you see other people on TV, and you never, ever think it actually hit home. So, it can happen to anyone. So I would just want people to just put yourself in our shoes and just give us any information that you have.
Yeah, I thank you very much. So this is your sister, and I feel bad. How have you guys been coping during this long ordeal? How y'all been dealing with everything?
It's very hard. You just take it day by day. I have 2 other children. I have a 27-year-old son and a 19-year-old son, and he's in college. And this happened his last year of school. And him and Paige was really close. Mm-hmm. And so me being there for them, and I have a grandbaby that's 4 years old. So that's what gives me my strength, is being there for them. Because if I didn't have them, I don't know where I would be, She's my oldest. She's my only daughter. She was my best friend, So right. It's really, really hard because we was really close, very close. We talk every day, several times a day. Patrick just don't know what he has taken away from our whole family. And my sister Lolita, that was her favorite aunt, so
she was close to my kids, very close to, her cousins. So, life goes on. You don't have a choice.
You have no choice.
You don't have a choice, but it's still rough. I mean, every day, and you have dreams, and the family members, the cousins, they're all missing her. So it's probably changed everybody in some way, even if they don't express it. But sometimes when you act different or you feel different, it's because you're holding on to this issue, and it'll never go away. So so it's very. She has her maternal grandmother she was close to, and our mom is still alive, and and she even, we were just talking about the other day, she was like, I wish she was here. I mean, and she was close to her paternal grandmother, so it's a big hold.
Very, and I'm sure you have boys, Miss Williamson, and I know that men, especially the boys, are protective of their sisters, so they're probably. And as a man, me being 46, I would, if something would have happened to my sister, or and I'm a father, if something happened to my son, but if something happened to my sisters, then I would be very angry. So I'm sure that they feel the same way.
Yeah. They're angry. They each have, it's sad watching them because, boys don't talk as much. So even trying to even get them to talk about it is hard. And my oldest son is 27. Him and Paige is 3 years apart. So Patrick Mason pulled out a gun on him. So they got into it because he didn't like the way he was treating Paige.
So, I mean, there's that. And as a man, I can know that we express our feelings indifferently. I know me and human T-Rex, I can't speak for him, but, T-Rex, you want to say something?
This is a crazy story here. I just wish y'all the best. Hopefully she's out here, but I just wish. I don't know what to say. Like, my prayers is with you. I wish it could have all been prevented. It's just that This guy was ruthless. He should have been slapped a long time ago. That's all I can say.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
right.
Should have been body slammed a long time ago. But man, this is crazy. He gonna give. I mean, the energy that you put out, that's the energy that you're gonna get back. So you know, I don't wish nothing bad on somebody, but there's nothing good coming that guy's way. That's all I can say, man. It's T-Rex signing off, man. I'm gonna pray. Y'all in my prayers, most definitely.
It's all the justice system. He shouldn't have been walking around after he tried to strangle somebody. I mean, a lot of the problem is people like him, but a lot of it's the justice system where you have people that have done, they got a rap sheet, 25 pages, and they're still walking around.
Right.
So it goes hand in hand. You got the justice system that just let people give them a slap on the wrist and let them keep walking around out here terrorizing the world, and then you just have some people that are basically born evil, and I do believe that some people are just born evil, and it's unfortunate he was one of those
demons. I do believe in spiritual demons, and sometimes when there is something in you that will harm other people, because it's like I said, this is not the first time. It's been multiple times with multiple women and multiple people. You know, you pulled out a gun on your own child. Swimson. It's like he doesn't like the thing about it is, it's not just like he's not an abuser of women. He's just an abuser of people. You know, it's like he don't, you know, as long as he can frighten anybody and make people scared, that's, you know, and I don't know how he's acting in the feds. And the thing about it is like, I don't, like T-Rex said, I don't wish nothing bad on him, but if he's putting that energy in federal prison, there is somebody that's doing 5 life sentences. I hate to say it like that. That if he puts that energy out, somebody that just don't give a damn, that will make an example of him. If he's putting that energy out, I'm sure that right now that he's not talking tough where the hell he is.
Right.
So, and the thing about it is like, and just a subject, well, like the thing of speaking of men, has, you know, is Paige's father still around?
He passed 6 months before she went missing.
Oh my goodness. I'm sorry.
So her grandmother on her dad's side have, you know, I feel really bad because Paige stayed with her and Paige helped her. She's 84 years old. She was 81 when Paige went missing. And she was always there for her grandmother, and she would have never left her grandmother.
I'm sorry to hear that. And it's like, and I'm sure, and like I said, and like a reason I say father is as a father, you know, like if my son's mother ever called me and said, and she's all the way in another state, she text me or call me and say, Jalen's missing. I'm on the first plane.
Right.
Like, I don't care if I have to borrow. Listen, I got to beg. Get me on a flight. Get me on a Greyhound. I'm on the first plane. Bus. If you're going to drive me there, I'm out of here. Helping them find out, well, where is our son at? You know, the thing about it is like, you know, and I'm sure that, you know, I feel the same way if he were here. And prayers to the Lord for you for being strong women to go through this ordeal, and a lot of other families. Have you reached out to other families that are going through what you've been through?
The DeSeuss Foundation, I did reach out to them. And
what about the one girl that Channel 8? She does it every morning.
Amanda Berry.
Did y'all reach out to her?
Paige has been on her show twice.
Okay.
But it's always me reaching out. You know, like no one really reaches. Like it's like people just forget. You know, they just don't. That's why I appreciate you, Larry. You know, reaching out to me and asking me to come back. That really meant a lot to me because you don't hear from people anymore. People will tell you they'll help you, they'll do this, they'll do that, and I do not hear from them.
Well,
And that is so hurtful, you know.
I understand the
We
reason.
had a rally. What was that? A couple months ago in the summer with the Cleveland Missing, which is Gina DeJesus organization.
Right.
So they did do a rally, but that was we had met with them originally in 2019, and then this is 2021, and they had a rally for Paige and another.
Well, it wasn't
missing
for Paige. It was for all missing
Right,
people.
it was for
All the missing people. Yeah.
Yeah, but just on the norm, no, you don't really get much response.
No response.
I know that each individual story is different, and how they people come up missing are different. Sometimes the same way. But the reason that I send prayers out to you is because I know, like, the day that you came, here, you said, it was more than enough said. And no matter what place that this was, I said, I'm going to bring you back. And I made that promise to you the last time you were here. And there's a couple of things that happened. You went through finals. You were going to college, right? Okay. Did you pass your finals?
Yeah, yes.
You know what? Congratulations. T-Rex, give me a horn for this, because she deserved this, man. Thank you very much. She deserved, and, doing all the stuff that's been going on. And I made a promise that I would bring you back. I didn't forget. I send a prayer out once a week and things of that nature. And I understand, the reason I reach out is because, we have to, like, we can bring one person back to their families, then that's accomplishment. Because, and the thing about it is, like, usually in cases like this, there's a end date. And I hate to say it like that. Cases like this. But hopefully this case will be different as far as being alive. This is Mary J. Blige, Be Without You. This goes out to all the people who are missing loved ones this holiday season. Hopefully they'll find closure and bring your loved ones back to you. We'll be right back on www.WNRV1081 Nerve DJs Network.
This is WNRV 108.1.
Neither one of us knew why. We didn't build nothing overnight, 'cause a love like this takes some time. People swore it off as a phase, said we can't see that. Now from top to bottom, they see that we did that. Yes, it's so true that we've been through it. Yes, we got rich. Yes, see, baby, we've been too strong for too long, and I can't be without you, baby. And I'll be waiting up until you get home, 'cause I can't sleep without you, baby. Anybody who's ever loved you know just what I feel. Too hard to fake it, nothing can replace it. Call the radio if you just can't be without you, baby. I got a question for you. See, I already know the answer, but still I wanna ask you, would you lie? No. Make me cry? No. Do something behind my back and then try to cover it up? Well, neither would I, baby. My love is only up and up. Yes. I'll be faithful. Yes. I'm for real. Yes. And with us, you'll always know the deal. We've been too strong for too long, and I can't be without you, baby. And I'll be waiting up until you get home, 'cause I can't sleep without you, baby. If anybody who's ever loved you know just what I feel. Too hard to fake it, nothing can replace it. Call the radio if you just can't be without you, baby. Yeah. See, this is real talk. I'ma always stay, no matter what, good or bad, thick and thin, right or wrong, all day, every day. Now if you're down on love or don't believe this ain't for you, no, this ain't for you. And if you got it deep in your heart and deep down you know that it's true, come nothing can replace it. I'm already on with you, just can't live without you, baby.
Looking to grow or expand your business? Yo, bro, you read my mind. Well, we have the perfect solution for you. Your business needs are important, and so is your advertising. Here at WNRV Power 1081, we have marketing solutions for all your business needs and affordable pricing to keep you in the green. Give us a call today at 216-702-0688. That's 216-702-0688. Or email us at WNRVPower1081@gmail.com today.
Wagwan, this is Miss BBC, your reggae woman. Make sure you tune into the Headline Eye on WNRV 108.1.
This is the Human T-Rex. Check out my show every Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on WNRV 108.1. G.
This is WNRV 108.1.
Some will tell you that you're wrong, you do it all the wrong way. Some will tell you that you're wrong, that you don't know the way. They enjoy gymnasts, don't show your weakness, don't let them bother you, no. Enjoy gymnasts, don't show your weakness, oh no, no. It's no use sitting down, don't walk around with a frown, oh no. Keep looking, it's no use sitting around with your head in your hands, oh no. Keep looking. Some will tell you that you're wrong, you do it all the wrong way. Some will tell you that you're wrong, that you don't know the way. They enjoy gymnasts, don't show your weakness, don't let them bother you, no. They enjoy gymnasts, don't show your weakness, oh no, no. It's no use sitting down, don't walk around with a frown, oh no. Keep looking, it's no use sitting around with your head in your hands, oh no. Keep looking. Keep looking.
All right, we're back. Headline Eye. Usually, I know this is about missing people and missing children, women, girls, and like the thing about it is I'm like missing people. We have, and not to leave anybody out. Missing men. Women, girls, boys. We also have people who are in the hospital. Around this holiday season. Just want to say a prayer for them. but we was Trinetta Williamson, and talking about bringing her daughter Paige Coffee home, her sister Lolita. And the thing about it is, before I start this last segment, I just want to do this, and I know that probably saw me doing this anyway. These are Christmas cards for you. It's a Christmas card for you. So it's from Nerve DJs, the Headline Eye. Just wanted to give those to you, and hopefully that this holiday season, Paige Coffee comes home. The thing about it is that, and it's been really now a question I hate to ask, but I have to ask it anyway. If Paige comes home, but she doesn't come home in the living sense, how would you feel?
I mean, of course I would be devastated because that's not what I want. Mm-hmm. But, of course that would be closure, but you never want bad closure.
Right.
You want good closure. Mm-hmm. But I can close that chapter in my life, and I can start healing. Mm-hmm. Because I'm not healing now. I'll never be the same person that I was before Paige went missing.
Right.
This is a new norm for me, Paige not being here. It's a completely new norm. And it's just something like my sister was saying, I don't have a choice, so people assume you've gotten over it because they see you still have to work every day. You still have to take care of your family every day. So they just assume, oh, she's okay, but I'm not okay. I'm never going to be okay.
Until that closure happens, until that Paige is found. And this is, people, and think about this. There's been some people that have passed on with people missing in their families, and they passed on never knowing that that person was found, or never having that closure. That's the most devastating feeling in the world. So for your health, for your sake, we hope that you find that closure. And for your sister's sake and everybody else in your family's sake, for your mother and the paternal grandmother, the grandmother's sake, before God calls them home, that they find it. This is what missing people. This is what finding missing people. This is what happens when a person is missing from your life, knowing they should be found. This is the not closure. This is the fear that it could take the stress level of not finding that person could take you out of here.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And, it's like your sister is not only afraid for Paige, she's also afraid for you. Your sons, the grandbaby, is afraid for you because of your health. And the reason I check on you is because I don't know what that's like. I had death in the family. The thing about it is, one thing about death, whether somebody passes, they can heal and move on. Breakups, heal and move on. Some harder for others. This, you haven't had the chance to start the healing process yet.
Right.
So, to anybody going through this situation that you're going through this holiday season, what is your message to them?
Just stay prayerful. I have faith. I have faith in God. I know that people always say He wouldn't give you too much that you can handle. I do believe that because, of course, if someone would have asked me this 3 years ago, I would say I would probably die if something like this happened. But I'm still here. I don't know why I'm going through this journey, but I know it's a reason. And I know that it will manifest itself eventually. Maybe I can help someone else that's going through it. Maybe I can help another young lady that's in an abusive relationship. I'm not sure right now, but you know, I just stay having faith that Paige will come home, and like you said, I take care of myself because I have to stay healthy. I have to stay healthy for my my other children, my family, and I want to be here. I want to be here when Paige comes here, and I want to see her again. So just stay prayerful, and just have faith that it will get better, and that's my belief. It will get better.
So, Lolita, anything you want to add to that? What your sister just said?
Well, she's a little different than me. So, on the positivity side and closure and all that, I don't necessarily believe that you get closure like that. I mean, I don't believe that things happen for a reason. I just believe that there are just some evil people out here. That's the devil. They do evil things every day. And I don't think that's the way it was supposed to happen. And I just think that, I don't know if you, for me, ever get closure, because it's always going to be some hatred there. I'm not like, I forgive you and all that stuff. That's just would not be me. So,
understandable.
But you have to remain positive, and she's been very good at that, and being there for even no matter what she's going through, she's still there to help other people with what they're going through. And it's like, well, it's like we all got our own stuff to deal with, but she still can make time for her granddaughter, her sons, no matter what they're doing. One's in college, the other one's working and has a family, and some people would just curl up and not literally die, but curl up and die. And then she just seemed to keep, pushing ahead, graduating college, working on master's, doing everything. So, I just think everybody handled it different. And she's just making the best of a horrible situation.
Very much. And appreciate her strength. Right. And I see one of your sons is a basketball player. I saw, is that the youngest?
That's the youngest.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So,
yes.
Like, he look like he about to be in he might have a son to go to the NBA.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
And was a big part of Paige's life. That was her baby too. So, and she would be so proud of him. He really would.
She is proud of him.
Right. So, I understand, you gave that message, and I appreciate the message. And I'm going to, you have evil people in this world, but you have to stay positive in situations, especially like this, with missing family members, with missing children, with missing women, with missing, men and boys. I include everybody. And the thing about it is like, we want to bring Paige Coffee home. That is the purpose. Jonetta, you know that you have a home here. Whenever you feel like you need to come back, send me that message. Hey, you got some time, on Wednesday. I will make time.
Thank you.
You on Wednesday. You bring your sister back too. You know what I'm saying? It's always good. And whoever you want to bring with you, family members that support you. Grandmas, bring them. We ain't gonna have you we ain't gonna have them walk down that long hallway. But the thing about it is like you bring them. The children. Anybody that was a part of Paige's life, because the point is that in positivity, and people bring up the negative all the time. Well, if she don't come back, blah, blah, blah. Like, listen, we thinking positive, like that says, think, do, and be positive on that board. Shout out to my engineer and Human T-Rex for putting that up, and everybody else. So we're thinking positively and doing positively that Paige Coffee will be home alive, safe and sound. Like, listen, I didn't mean to scare nobody. I just had a bad situation that if she had to run away from Patrick Mason, that she ran away alive, and she had to make sure that she got away, from that situation. Hopefully to come back to you guys with open arms. Y'all can share the love that y'all shared before this situation happened. we have to wrap up, and unfortunately have to wrap up. But before we wrap up, I'm going to say a prayer. So T-Rex, could you cut the music, please? I need to lean over. I know my arms don't stretch, but I'll do that. I got it. All right. Father God, on your joyous occasion, on your son's birthday, who sacrificed his life for our sins, please bless this family to bring one of your daughters back home to their family, back home to her mother who loves her, back home to her aunt who loves her, back home to her siblings that love her. Father God, I urge you, on the eve of your son's birthday, Jesus Christ, that you do this for them, that you give them closure that they need so they can heal and still praise you to be the highest power that you are. I know that you are able, I know that you are capable, and I know that you are faithful. Look past of any sins that have been committed and make sure that you bring Paige Coffee home and other missing children and other missing people home to their families this holiday season on your joyous occasions. And any time that you need us to praise you, we will praise you, and we will praise the name that you've given us, Jehovah Jireh. Lord, please bring Paige Coffee home to her mother, to our siblings, to our aunt, to their cousins, to anybody. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
So, I love you guys. And like I said, I had to say that, and it was on my heart to do it. And I usually don't say prayers on the show, but I had to say a special prayer for you because usually people tell their story once and it's like, well, they didn't cover it enough, so I go to the bigger networks. And I appreciate you coming back here. And like I said, you have a home here. Until Paige is found and brought home, until you get the closure that you and your family needs, that you always have a home here.
Thank you.
And this on behalf of Nerve DJs and WNRV 108.1, we share this pain with you. I know I do. And even though that I'm not related, or I never met Paige before, you brought her to my attention. One of the biggest things is that shout out to Cassandra McDonald, who brought you here. When she told me that you wanted to talk about this, I said, oh, go ahead. Well, you did it.
Yes.
So, and anything else you want to say before we get out of here?
I would like to say thank you again. I appreciate you guys having me back. This means the world to me. And keeping Paige's name out, her face out here, so you can find her. Thank you so much.
No problem. The reward's still out there, and I'm gonna throw my $2 or whatever money I got, out there with that $5,000 reward. You can call. Like I said, I put my number out there. Personal cell phone number 216-556-4836. If you have any leads on Paige Coffee, any other missing child or missing person, I mean, don't prank my cell phone. The scam likely, the bill collector's already calling. So, Lolita, you have something to say before we get out of here?
Oh, no, I just want to say thanks also. We really appreciate it.
All right.
And I just want everybody to just keep her name out there and her face, and hopefully someone will ease their conscience and tell us something.
All right. So, on that note, we got to end the show. T-Rex is coming up, on 9 o'clock. I know he has some good music. If nobody tells you that they love you today, I do. I will be back next week. Next week will be my last show probably before the new year. So happy holidays, happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa, Merry Christmas. Always believe in and put Christ first before anything. This is Brandy, Tamia, Monica, missing you. Peace and love. We're out of here until next week. Thank you.
This is WNRV 108.1.
How could it be that our sweet memories would be all that we have planned? Now that you're gone, every day I go on, but life's just not the same. I'm so empty inside, and my tears